Ever stared at a pile of boxes in your warehouse? Or a long list of purchase orders in NetSuite and thought, okay, now what? You've made the purchase, the goods are here, but how do you actually tell NetSuite they've arrived? How do you make sure your inventory is accurate, your financials are up to date, and you don't end up with phantom stock or a supply chain nightmare? If you've ever felt that slight panic, that I know I should know this, but moment, you're in the right place. Because today we're diving deep into the often overlooked, yet absolutely crucial process of receiving items in NetSuite. Think of it like this: your business is a well-oiled machine, and NetSuite is the central control panel. The purchase order is the blueprint, the delivery is the raw material, and the item receipt. That's the confirmation that everything's in place and ready to go. Without it, the machine grinds to a halt. Now, why is this so important? Well, first, accuracy. Accurate inventory means accurate reporting, accurate sales, and accurate planning. If NetSuite thinks you have 100 widgets when you only have 50, you're going to have some very unhappy customers and some very confused accountants. Second, efficiency. Proper receiving streamlines your warehouse operations. It tells your team exactly what's come in, where it needs to go, and how much there is. No more guessing, no more manual counting, no more misplaced items. And third, financial control. Receiving items triggers important financial transactions. It updates your inventory asset accounts, it records your liabilities, and it ensures your books are balanced. Without it, your financials are a mess and you're flying blind. So, let's break it down step by step and demystify this critical process. We'll start with the most common scenario: receiving items against a purchase order. You've placed your order, your vendor has shipped the goods, and now they're sitting in your receiving bay. First, you'll need to navigate to the purchase order in NetSuite. You can do this by searching for the PO number, or by going to Transactions, Purchases, enter purchase orders and finding it in your list. Once you've opened the purchase order, you'll see a button labeled Receive. Click it. This creates an item receipt, which is essentially a copy of the purchase order, but with the quantities you're actually receiving. Now, this is where the magic happens. You'll need to verify the quantities received against what's on the packing slip and the actual goods. If there are any discrepancies, you'll need to adjust the quantities accordingly. For example, let's say you ordered 100 units, but you only received 95. You'll change the quantity on the item receipt to 95 and note the reason for the discrepancy. This might be a partial shipment, damaged goods, or a simple error. You'll also need to verify the item details, such as the item name, description, and unit of measure. Make sure everything matches the purchase order and the physical goods. Next, you'll need to enter the location where the items are being received. If you have multiple warehouses or storage locations, make sure you select the correct one. This ensures that your inventory is tracked accurately. You'll also have the option to enter the vendor's packing slip number, the carrier's tracking number, and any other relevant information. This can be helpful for tracking shipments and resolving any discrepancies. Once you've verified all the information, you'll need to save the item receipt. This updates your inventory, records the transaction in your general ledger, and generates any necessary reports. But what if you're receiving items that weren't ordered on a purchase order? This might happen if you're receiving samples, gifts, or items that were purchased with a company credit card. In this case, you'll need to create an item receipt without a purchase order. You can do this by going to Transactions, Inventory, enter Item Receipts. You'll then need to select the vendor, the items being received, the quantities, and the location. You'll also need to enter the reason for the receipt and any other relevant information. This type of item receipt is often used for non-stock items or items that are being expensed rather than added to inventory. Now, let's talk about some advanced features that can help you streamline your receiving process. One important feature is the ability to receive items in bulk. If you're receiving a large number of items, you can use the Receive All button to automatically populate the item receipt with the quantities from the purchase order. You can then adjust the quantities as needed. Another useful feature is the ability to receive items using a mobile device. NetSuite's mobile app allows you to scan barcodes, enter quantities, and create item receipts directly from your receiving bay. This can save time and reduce errors. You can also use NetSuite's advanced receiving features to handle complex scenarios, such as receiving items with serial numbers or lot numbers. This allows you to track individual items and ensure traceability. Furthermore, NetSuite's workflows can be configured to automate various aspects of the receiving process. For example, you can create a workflow that automatically sends an email notification to the purchasing department when an item receipt is created. And let's not forget about the important aspect of landed cost. Landed cost is the total cost of a product once it has arrived at a buyer's door. It includes the original price of the product, all transportation fees, both inland and ocean, customs duties, tariffs, taxes, insurance, currency conversion, and any other expenses incurred in getting the product to its final destination. NetSuite allows you to accurately apply landed cost to your received items, giving you true cost of goods sold. Reporting is another critical aspect of receiving. NetSuite provides a variety of reports that can help you track your receiving activities, identify discrepancies, and analyze your inventory. For example, you can use the Item Receipt History Report to view a list of all item receipts, the Inventory Valuation Report to see the current value of your inventory, and the Purchase Order Fulfillment Report to track the status of your purchase orders. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.